Hello, everybody, and welcome to Small Business Power. My name's Cheyenne Kramer, and this is my better half.
Donald Kramer. Hello, everyone. How you doing today?
We're here today to talk to you about a slightly different topic. It's what I like to call the power of building systems. Now, that might not make immediate sense to you. I mean, you can think about internal systems, systems that are involved in, the processes you use. Stop moving my camera. To the processes we use to run our businesses, right? Well, that's not the type of system that I'm talking about right now. I'm going to talk about the systems that make up a big corporation. How about that? You've been in a big corporation or two. Do they work really well?
Most time, no. No.
What do you think the biggest problems are with a big corporation?
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's a biggie right
and
there.
That's not being derogatory to our friends, Native Americans.
There you go. I agree.
Yes.
I am
They were
part
smarter
Native American, okay?
They were a lot smarter than most our corporation leaders. Don't you know that?
This is true. This is true. Well, and there's so many things that just get bogged down in big corporations. One of the things that comes to my mind is there's a ton of red tape, bureaucracy, right?
Yep.
It's like, how can you advance? How can you move forward when you've got to go through 14 different permissions to do anything?
That's right.
That's a huge challenge. And then, of course, our son kind of walked away from a big corporation recently just because he was frustrated that nobody really seemed to be interested in taking care of the people who were making all the money for that big corporation. And I've seen that before. I mean, how often have you seen big corporations that you just kind of shook your head and say, what are they doing to their employees?
Well, I've worked with some of the biggest corporations out there.
So have I.
And they're just, it's like employees don't mean anything to them, even though they're the ones making the money for the big corporation.
That's true. That's true. Without them. And, some of these big companies ought to be finally starting to catch on to this idea. I mean, think about the number of fast food restaurants we see even here locally right now that haven't been able to hire enough people to keep their operation going.
That's true.
I mean, let's face it. It's time for some of these big companies to catch on to the idea that, you've got to start treating employees more like human beings instead of just a number on a balance sheet that you can erase at will. I mean, I lost track of the number of times that I got laid off in big corporate settings. I don't know. Did you ever get laid off anywhere?
Nope.
No,
I was too valuable.
Yeah. I think you were just always ahead of the game by a step.
It's just, you're talking about these local places around here, like fast food places. When you're paying people $8, $9, $10, $11, $12 an hour, how are you going to have a family? I mean, if that's the only job you can get, you still got to have a decent wage.
It's true. It's true. And, so we know, we've seen, I mean, when you look at a big corporation, we call them the real pyramid schemes.
That's true.
And look at any organizational chart. Come on, argue with me. Tell me that doesn't look like a pyramid.
You mean the higher up it goes, the narrower it gets?
Exactly. That's exactly what it ends up looking like. And, the thing is, though, think about how it's sectioned into different departments. That is one thing you can say, is that the company has all these different departments that are responsible for doing different things. Now, there are some things to be said for, in being able to create better efficiencies when you've got departments like that. But at the same time, if the departments become so pigeonholed that they don't know what other departments are doing, that's not exactly a good thing either, is it? You got departments working against each other then.
Yep, that's why you need cross training.
Well, this is true. But I'm telling you all this as kind of a precursor to what I'm trying to
Hmm.
explain, which is the whole idea, the power of creating systems. And those systems can be run by small businesses. Think about that. Okay.
That's a capital idea.
Well, let's face it, small businesses live and die on their reputation. You sure did. Copiers
Yes.
Hour After Hours had a great reputation, and you had a thriving business for as long as you had it anyway.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
won't talk about what happened when other people took it over. But, the whole idea was that, you were a small business and your reputation was important. And, and I know you've done this many times, at times you'd be in a customer's office and you could make a decision on the spot because you were the business owner. You didn't have to go through 14 lines of red tape and bureaucracy to be able to tell this customer how you could help them.
That's true.
I mean, speed of decisions, flexibility. These are the things that make small businesses great. And, the speed to be able to pivot. That was a big word in the last 12 months, pivoting in your business. But you can do that if you're a small business owner. Again, you don't have the bureaucracy, the red tape, all the permissions. Oh my God. So that's what I want you to understand. And if you have not visited the web page that is on this video, it's triangleSolutionsAlliance.com. I invite you to go there now and check it out, because what you're going to see is how we are currently building a system which is designed to be made up of small business owners. And you can see on the page that it actually has what might look like departments, but I call them teams. Okay. So we're talking about a career alternatives team. We're talking about a business startup team. We're talking about a business growth team. We've got a team that's all about strategic alliances with advertisers, nonprofits, staffing companies. And, we've got a team of people who's coming together to help more people understand the value of the direct sales industry, the relationship marketing, the network marketing industry. That's not where the pyramid schemes are, folks.
No, 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 no.
Not at all. And so, we're building this system out of small businesses that we're not looking to control. That's not what it's about, because that's the other thing in big corporate. Employees are under an immense amount of control. Now, they had to give up a little bit of it last year when all of a sudden companies had to allow more people to work from home.
Hmm.
There was some control that had to be let go of there. And there were some people who found out they really liked working from home. Some of them haven't wanted to give that up, so, that's a biggie. So, in the Triangle Solutions Alliance business model, we're building a system consisting of teams of small business owners that can work together to create top notch collaborations, top notch solutions. And with that, we want each of those individual businesses to bring their game. We're not going to tell you how to do it. We're going to give you a framework and let you know that part of what Triangle Solutions Alliance is looking for is, if we bring you a new client, I think we deserve to be paid like we were part of your sales team. So we get a referral fee on the back end if we bring you somebody that you're able to close business with. I think that's totally fair. It's called pay for performance, right?
Yes, indeed.
And I think it makes so much sense. So, we've got a basic format, a basic structure. If somebody's already got an affiliate program that they have set up for their business, bring it. We'll work with that. If you don't, we'll tell you what we would like you to incorporate as your quote affiliate program or your commission paying structure. But we want your brilliance. We don't want to tell you what to do in this. We want your brilliance. If you know how to help people who are unemployed, bring it. We have some pieces to that puzzle. Like one of our requirements is we don't want people in this team who are just focused on helping people find jobs. We want people who are helping people to find jobs, but at the same time, helping them to explore if they should be getting involved in entrepreneurship. So that's an example of one of our requirements of our team. But other than that, I don't care. If you're an expert in writing resumes, bring it. If you're good at helping people with interviews, we want to meet you. If you're somebody who's good at helping people explore all the different ways you can build a business, I'm talking franchises, network marketing, independent startups, inventors. I don't care. I want you to bring those talents. If you are somebody who can teach people about some basic bookkeeping skills, if you can help somebody understand basic sales or basic marketing skills, bring it. We want you as part of the business startup team. Business growth, oh my gosh. Let's talk about all the ways you could help businesses grow. Maybe you're a business coach. Maybe you're good at strategy, goal setting, business planning. Maybe you're somebody who can help somebody scale up that business to the next level where they're really growing it. There's so many ways that you can be engaged in business growth. Might even be about personal growth and development of the employees. We need those kinds of people who can help in any size company to help grow people. When you can bring together small business owners into teams and build a system around that, I call that an economic development system. Do we need something like that?
Definitely. We definitely need that. Believe me. I've been there, done that.
Been there, done that. And you have, and you've done it well. Yeah. And that's why you have to be part of those teams.
Trying to use my experience, or are you?
I am, because I know that you did a lot of things really well. You were a great example of that honest, ethical business. You did your best to try to help grow people that were working with you. And oh, by the way, were any of the people that worked with you, were they actually employees of yours?
No.
What were they?
They're contractors.
They were contractors.
Yeah.
And they were usually doing something else of their own on the side. That's too, true. Right?
That's right.
So it wasn't like you had total control over them.
Nope.
Nope. But you did know that you had enough of their attention that if there were opportunities to send them out to fix a machine, they were usually out there.
Oh, yes.
And if they weren't, you were.
Yeah, I've never been busy, and I've been busy.
That's
fixing
it.
Machines. When we were really, really busy, the business was going crazy. I was not afraid to go out there, get my hands dirty, show people supposedly working for me that, hey, I'm no better.
Right. But again, it wasn't so much that they were working for you as they were working with you.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing wrong with building a system like that. And in fact, we have a whole community development system that's going to be next up on the agenda to really be pulling small business owners together in that system as well. We're focused on the triangle solutions right now because I get the feeling that we're going to be in a space where there's a lot of people trying to figure out their next career move, trying to figure out whether they should be in business, trying to figure out what kind of job that they really should be even looking for right now. So, that's why we're building a system. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of the people who want to sit and yell at me and others like me and say, you're too scattered. You don't have a focus. I'm sorry. That's not true. You got a remark, honey? I know you do.
The ones who say you're too scattered don't think outside the box.
Well, and they don't understand the difference between selling a product and selling a system.
Right.
That's the big key. There's a lot of people out here that I call systems integrators, that they see all these pieces to a larger puzzle, and they're working to put those puzzle pieces together. And sometimes it's a bear because you work on this piece and then all of a sudden you need to work on this piece. And, people think you're nuts. But I'm sorry. I happen to believe that us system integrators are going to become some of the most important people in the country in the very near future.
Very near future.
Because we have the ability to build super puzzles, to build systems, to bring people together to work in those systems. And, you know, the biggest problem, I personally believe right now, is something that he says really well. And, you know, too many people in our country and even around the world are looking for, first of all, they keep looking to politicians to solve the problems. How's that working for us?
Yeah.
Oh, God. They create more than they solve. I'm just saying. But then they're all, you know, the other people who are all sitting there and they're just going, okay, God, we're waiting for your miracle. We're waiting for your miracle. What is it? When are you going to bring it? And what is it that you say about that?
You got to do something first.
We are the miracle, correct?
Right. You got to start. If you want help from up above, you got to do something first. You become the miracle.
Exactly.
Then you'll get your butt kicked in the right way. How's that? Thank you, Lord.
You'll get pointed. That's right.
That's right.
Go here, go there, do that. But you have to get off the bleachers. You got to stop waiting for everybody else to do something. And you got to be able to stand up and say, okay, God, tell me where you want to use me. I'm ready to go. And then start moving your feet. Even if you don't know exactly where you're going, move your feet. Because absolutely stop waiting for somebody else to create the miracles. We are the miracles.
No matter which way you go, movement of any kind is the right way.
That's it. Because if you head out in a direction and all of a sudden the doors are slamming in your face and you get what I call flat forehead syndrome, that just means there's a slightly different direction you need to go. It's just about tweaking. That's one of my favorite words,
Yep.
tweaking, until you get that direction right. Because when you got the direction right, the doors start flying open and you can run through them.
That's true. But you got to get off your butt and start one foot in front of the other.
There you have it.
And start moving.
And
I don't care which way you're going.
nope.
You'll be directed the correct way. Believe me.
That's it. We've seen it a lot. Absolutely. So the kicker is, folks, you know, stop beating up the systems people. Stop thinking, you know, because you can take all these puzzle pieces and you can put them all together. And now, instead of just being focused on a puzzle piece, you're focused on the puzzle. That's the system. And there are people like us who are focused on systems. So stop beating us up and understand our value, because it's time. We are the miracles we've been waiting for. And it's time to come together and be the miracles, because we can create heaven on earth. Just stop waiting.
Got to start being that miracle. Got to go.
That's it.
Just start.
That's it. So again, if you have not gone to trianglesolutionsalliance.com yet, do it. If you're seeing this somewhere on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere, put some comments under this video. If you think that this is important, share it. Comment on it. We need your likes and comments because we're trying to get this message out here. It is so important right now. Over the next 60 days or so, I think you're going to see some massive shifts happening out here. And the more of us who are engaged, the easier it's going to be. If everybody's still sitting up on the bleachers watching, it ain't going to be pretty. What do you think?
There's the other thing I like to say. Why are you making other people rich and not yourself?
There you go.
I don't understand that.
Yes, that's it. I mean, what you did with Copiers After Hours all those years, you know, you brought in enough money that gave you the time flexibility to be able to do things with our kids. It gave us enough money to be able to travel with those kids. You know, I thank God every day that you were able to do those things because our sons are best friends now. You know, they do stuff together. They hike together and camp together and all the stuff that we used to teach them to do.
Yep.
So, you know, building your own business and finding collaborators so that you can become more powerful as a business owner, those are the things that have to happen. And we're encouraging you. Get up off the bleachers, get onto the playing field.
And remember, you don't have to do it all by yourself.
No, no.
Teamwork.
Reach out to us. You know, there are contact forms on trianglesolutionsalliance.com. Reach out to us there and let us know how we can help you. We've got some tools and some ebooks and stuff that if you're really stuck, you need some ideas, we're happy to share those ebooks with you. But we need to hear from you. If you want to be part of Triangle Solutions Alliance, we need to hear from you about that too. Because the last weekend in June, we're going to be participating in a 3-day online event where you can become trained to become part of our collaboration teams. And guess what? You could actually be part of this training, which is valued at like $1,500. You could be part of this training for $1.
What else do they get for that $1? You gotta tell people.
Oh God, it's crazy. Well, you know, that 3 days of training, that's $1,500 value is a lot all in itself. But you also get the opportunity to become part of a networking club, an international networking
that's
club.
the word I was looking for from you. I mean, it's just international. It's just not one country. It's multiple countries.
Absolutely. I mean, it started in Canada, moved into the US, and now it's starting to cover Egypt and Croatia and Africa. And oh my goodness, I'm not even sure all the countries that she's got showing up. But, you know, that's what we need is that kind of collaboration around the world. So if you are not getting the most out of your current networking, we need to hear from you because this is a great place to be. And we can get you hooked in to collaborate and grow your business this year like you've never grown it before. You have any final thoughts, hon?
Well, for $1, you get a whole lot of stuff.
$1.
It's probably worth over $2,000.
Oh God, at
Easy.
least. You can find the dollar in the change in your couch, for God's sake. Get up off the couch, pull those quarters out, and go and come to me because I need to give you a special link to be able to join the networking club for $1 and then come and be part of the ultimate networking weekend because that's where the magic's going to happen. And I look forward to seeing you there.
If anybody knows what ROI stands for, this is, I don't know how large, gigantic, what you will get for your $1.
Massive return on investment. That's what it is. Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, that's it for this week with Small Business Power. And we look forward to seeing you in the Ultimate Networking Weekend. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.